welcome to Izzy Explains BG. I am Z. We're playing a 5-point match on BackgammonHub.com against DMAC. And we'll see how it goes. This is casual time format, actually, so hopefully it doesn't take forever. Oh, by the way, if anyone wants me to analyze one of their positions that came up on stream or whatever, I can make a video about it. If you have an interesting position that you don't quite understand what's going on, yeah, feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube comments, maybe with the XGID or whatever. And I'll take a look at it. Okay, so I got one more. Splitting seems sort of natural, although it's a little dangerous. I think making the 5 is sort of the priority. All the other aces aren't that great either. This doesn't even do that much though. I can play 13. I can play 8 to 7. Try to build up a nice prime. Never get blitzed. Oh, yeah, I'm not too sure about this because getting hits really bad against the strong board. So I could certainly be wrong about this. Yeah, it wouldn't be crazy for her to cube this. So maybe my play is just wrong. Yeah, she's definitely hit here. I think she's just overlooking it. Okay, now, yeah, it's still quite dangerous to split. I'm still down in the race a bunch. So the 13 to 11, I guess this is sort of okay. And I don't know whether I should be splitting here or not. Yeah, well, we'll take a look at the computer analysis afterwards. Well, now she's got an anchor, so it's more important for me to get the backman going, I guess. So I think some sort of split's called for now. A little bit more out of harm's way here. 11 to 5 seems a little productive. Yeah, I would have gotten smooshed. Okay, this is okay maybe. Race is now close. Oh yeah, I do have the blot in the outfield, so hitting does have its merits. Nice. Yeah, the guy trapped. I don't have anything. Even a dance here, I got too much work to do, I think. Well, she should. I was thinking she should come in on the 2, but no, this is better. I'm duping 3-4. Ugh. Now she can go full blitz here if she wants. Hit off the 9 and then make the ace. Looks like, oh yeah, she might be overlooking the hit in the outfield. Is she gonna see it now? Yes. And I think that's maybe, well, this is best cubeless anyways, to make the ace. And she should cube this, I assume. I'm not 100% sure this is a take. It's pretty scary with all these checkers in the zone. So if you're not sure it's a take, it's a pretty good time to cube. Oh, now with the dead checker, I'm definitely taking. Oh, hey, Alex. Good to see you. You see, you probably weren't watching early on, but I had some decisions on whether to split or not, split into an attack or not. And I always kind of made these questionable building plays. So it might be, I might not be playing this that well so far. We'll take a look at the computer analysis afterwards and find my blunders and try to learn something. Well, race is close here. I mean, positionally, I guess she's still doing okay, so I'm not going to cube. Well, she's got 6-6, which sort of wins anyways, and 9s. I think the best I can do, I think. Great outfield control. Ooh, she got me. Get her back. Oh yeah, I just kind of whenever I don't have like I don't have any set schedule or whatever. I just kind of do it when the mood strikes me. It looks like she should jump with the 6 here in some fashion. It does. No, if she plays 15 to 13, she's duplicating 4s, I guess. All right, so what's she gonna do? It looks like she should hit me. Well, I'm about to blow her away sometimes. It's not that I have a huge edge here or anything. I hit in the outfield, or I can point on her. It's a pretty big ask. Then again, her position's pretty bad. It's very volatile. I'm gonna try this, but this is pretty questionable. I think it's a very easy take. Okay. Seems like she's trying to say something. She's typing something. Yeah, we're playing casual time format, which I usually don't like to do. I forgot it was to 5 points. Oh, she thought that's why she didn't double before, maybe. Although she has to click the yeah, I think she's thinking no. She thought it was like a 1-point match or something. But she has to click the roll button every time, so I don't know. There's another play where I make the 10 points. I'm a little scared back there, though. Might be right. Could be right to make the 10. Because even when 5s are duplicated, and even when she attacks, it's like she's still pretty trapped. Yeah, that might have been worth more of a look. Yeah, this is the doubles. Doubles looking pretty questionable now. I mean, I rolled great, and like she's, I don't know, still not even a cube since she anchored. Yeah, I cube this. Oh no. Okay, I guess this is an okay plan. She only got 5s, and 5-1 doesn't escape completely. If I could hit her and like keep the block, and just leave a single shot, that would have been the way to go. Okay, I don't want to leave her 2 crushing shots, so let's do this. Well, no, maybe I leave it. Because I get 4 builders as opposed to 2. And a slot for the 7. I guess I can get 3 builders this way. It's pretty ugly looking though. This is actually double 6 is really bad here. It leaves a double shot. Okay, let's try this. Should be okay. Should be. All right, so likely it's going to be 2-zip to 5, 3 away, 5 away, which so I've been trying to memorize the three the or one the XG match equity table as opposed to like the old match equity table from like 20 years ago. But also I've been trying to learn. I'm trying to memorize a 3 away score, so I should know what 3 away, 5 away is. So I think it's 65%. Not that it really matters. I think actually has a 65. Like it's sort of like the scores that matter are sort of the scores you're going to get to when like there's a double and a pass or a double and a take. But I'm just trying to like solidify it in my mind. 65, good. I had it right. Yeah, just like last few days. That the season for my local club is over, so I figured this is a good time to mix things up a bit. So yeah, hitting I guess looks more important than making the point, because if I don't hit her, she gets to do good stuff on her side of the board anyways. 64-79. Okay, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna memorize it down. I'm just gonna memorize it like based on like the closest full percent, at least at first. All right, so score reversed, I'd certainly cube this. At this score, maybe it's a little thin. Oh, I don't know, I got 8 in the zone. All right, bad roll here. Dance here, I'll cue her. Yeah, here the edge is like quite large now, even though she entered. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna actually send this. Although I think some scores I like knowing, like it's like for instance like 4 away, 1 away. I like knowing that like that's right in between 18 and 19. So I kind of like knowing that's 18 and a half. And so I think maybe with the scores that are like right in between, maybe those I'll learn like they're 18 and a half as opposed to 19 or whatever. Okay, if she misses, this is going swimmingly. I don't know. Do you like? I memorized the match equity for all ties for all tie scores. Funny. So this looks right? I gotta hit her with the 3, and then I guess I could maintain extra pressure on her by keeping the guy back there, but I hate to be hit. So I guess I will try this. And this doesn't really do anything. I mean, I could hit her off. I could hit her off the 3 maybe, but it doesn't. I mean, at the score anyways, gammons aren't super valuable, and I'm certainly losing more. So I'm just going to do something safe and sound. Yeah, I used to like for the 3-way numbers. I used to just use like Neil's numbers, but no, they're not totally accurate. Like 3-way, 4-way is what, like 57 and a half or something. Neil's numbers. Actually, Neil's numbers has that at 59. Yeah, so it's off by over a percent. Anyway, so I gotta decide on the play. Okay, so I could go full blitz, but it's maybe a bit much, especially because you can just anchor with aces. This gives her almost as many shots as the previous play. So safest would be this. Ah, at least she's not hitting me twice. That's right, right. 57 for 3-way, 4-way, it's like 57 and a half ish, somewhere in there. I think it rounds to 58. Seems like an okay use of these checkers. Not sure how this compares to making the 11 heavy. I guess that 2-point could come in handy. Oh, 50. Oh, no, it's 57. Huh. Okay. So that's an important number because that score comes up a lot. Oh, now maybe I'm supposed to do this. Yeah. Oh, hey, Salsa. Good to see you. $57. Well, I wonder how I had that wrong. Oh, I got her. Well, I think I'll remember now. Now that we had this discussion about it. All right, this might be worth the risk because it seems like a pretty big upgrade with the ace point open. She does have a blot in her board. Nothing wrong with 13 to 8 either, though. Let's try it. Yeah, that's the harder part, I think. Yeah, but I find it's good to have a gauge. Like if it's, I don't know, 3-way, 5-away, like this score, and I get recubed. She should. This game plan looks kind of bad, so maybe she should actually hit here. Like if I get recubed, here my take point, ignoring gammons, my take point is like 33%. So it's important to know it's like, it may be exactly 33 is not super important, but it's very important to know like it's quite a bit elevated over money. Like if you treat it like 28% or something, that's, you can distinguish between 33 and 28, even if you can't distinguish between 33 and 31, you know? So, I mean, it might be so I like, in other words, I like having the exact number. But I do use it as a bit of more of a qualitative guide sometimes because, as you say, it's very hard to estimate your winning chances in positions. Yeah, this is right. Yeah, this is too sick. This is going to cause more problems down the line. And if she hits me with a 5, I get to attack her. Oh, hey, Paul. Good to see you. Now I would attack and gammon her. And I'm not sure if I'm hitting loose here or not. Probably not. Well, maybe she runs from here. The 3 is like pretty bad if I don't. No, I guess the right non-hit is this, right? But I win more gammons by hitting her, and it's a little hard to lose this, and I can lose it the other way too. So despite the score, I'm actually going to try this. A lot of good it's doing me so far. guess the same theme. Oh, I hate to get a second checker hit. Does win more gammons though. Ugh. Oh, I'm gonna blow this one. This doesn't look right. This looks more like it. Okay, the next one is 19 to 16, and then you can do this. Yeah. You know, twos and eights are well diversified. Well duplicated. I mean, because there were three eights that contain twos. So I'm thinking this is the cheapest number of shots in the outfield, anyways. Yeah, I agree with you. Even so, the hit does seem pretty questionable because you had a second guy hit. It's sort of this mad scramble where you can easily see losing. Yeah, I guess it's a little hard to lose the other way. So I think maybe I shouldn't have hit. And they get, like I said, the gammons aren't super important. Oh, 6-3 is duplicated, just 6-3, 6-4, 3-3. Yeah, a little greedy. A little greedy at the score where I assume the gammon price is not that great. Alright, so I do have a completely safe play where I go like this, but then what does she do? She runs, and then I don't have too much trouble bringing this home. Although she could split in some fashion, give me more problems. This is going to be a lot of shots. Say I do this. Let's see, 4 7s, 4 8s, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's at least 13 shots plus whatever I'm missing. All right, let's play not greedy this time. I would have got away with it. Oh, 463. Really? Yeah, that's a lot higher than I would have assumed. 463, interesting. Now in practice, that sort of overstates it because white's going to redouble. White gets really powerful redoubles, and then the gammon is completely useless. But yeah, this surprises me. I guess you win the match on a gammon, so that's good. The awkward 5-away score. Huh. Yeah, but she wins. So you're saying like, okay, she turns around the game and she wins 2 points. That's like not that great for her. But it gets her to 3-away, which is not that, which is sort of fine. It's sort of like equally awkward for both players, maybe. Like usually 3-away is like awkward. But not I wouldn't say 3-away is awkward really. But it does win the match. That's sort of like winning a gammon wins the match. Well, on the other hand, winning a single game gets you to Crawford, which is good too. So I don't know. Okay, I'm not hitting this time. It's only 2 shots. You know, do you like memorize? Do you memorize gammon values a lot at these common scores? Because I don't actually do it. I think about it more qualitatively. But like the winning chances and the take points, it's sort of good to have a gauge. I think, like knowing the gammon value is like point 0.4 something here. That would actually help me with some of these checker plays. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I just think about it like I said, I just think about it qualitatively mostly. Like I know like qualitatively how match scores should affect the relative value of gammons. Um, for the most part, I guess I have some stuff memorized. Oh, one cute thing that a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people get this wrong. Um, What do you think the gammon price is at 4-away, 1-away Crawford for the 4-away player, obviously. So it's kind of a gammon go type score in the sense that gammons only count for the 4-away player. Yeah, it is. I mean, I asked. I thought like before I looked it up, I thought it was made like point 0.7 or point 0.8 or something. Like I knew it was less than. I mean, I knew it was less than 2-away, 1-away, which is 1.0. But I thought it was like maybe halfway in between like point 0.5 and 1.0 or something. It's not. It's like just barely over point 0.5. Okay, so it's either this. Maybe I should hit her. Because if I don't hit her, she can. I mean, all she has to do is escape the back checker. Yeah, if you have 5-1-3, something like that. Yeah, you probably have it exact. But yeah, I was like surprised. Well, actually, hitting here is okay. It's a little bit. It's not the greatest loose hit because the 4-point's open. 9-7 is quite productive in itself. Although the other hand, she has a blot and I'm down in the race. So there's argue for hitting, I guess. Hmm. I do have an anchor. It just doesn't look like it does that much. Yeah, too aggressively for gammon at 4-away, 1-away, and too passively to say that. Yeah, 1-away, 4-away Crawford, right? Yeah, because they think of it as like a gammon go type score, which, like I said, it is in a sense because gammons only go one way. Gammons only help the 4-away player. But yes, the gammons just aren't that much more valuable than money. The fact that there's no cube helps. Like money, people say okay. For money, people say okay. The gammon value is 0.5, which is what you calculate if you're calculating the gammon value. But really, um, because of like the recubes, it's actually like in practice, it's like usually less than that. Like in other words, if you up your opponent's wins too much because you're playing for the gammon, your opponent gets in more good. Your opponent gets more value from the cube that way. So that tends to tamp down the value of the gammons a bit. All right, is it time to just go brute force here? I think so. It's a bunch of shots anyways, assuming I make the 3, which I'm going to. Bah! Alright, her position is awful. I can do what I want. Go gammon go like score, not true gammon go, right? They usually call 1-away, 2-away pure gammon go, where the gammon price is 1.0. Okay, so I guess that's the plan. Build up a decent offense, not worry about getting hit too much. Hit her in some fashion? No. Alright, I guess there's nothing wrong with this. Separates the forces a bit. But I am putting direct pressure on the blot, so it's a little hard for her to take advantage, I would say. Like, for instance, she can't run with like a 5-4 safely. So let's try this, or 6-5. And then I can activate off the 18 points. Yeah, which I guess I want to. I don't want to mess up my home front too much. Ugh. Gammon value for money. Any possible score. I get it. I get jokes. Okay, she can pop out and play 7 to 5 if she wants, which she should. Oh yeah, now our builder was worse for the 3, because she might want to attack me there. It seems okay if she plays 8 to 5. Okay, so I do want to remain split back there. So gammons don't really hurt me at this Ottaway Crawford score. So even though, I mean, this keeping it split should win more, but it does lose more gammons when she gets to attack effectively back there, like with a number like 4-4, 4-3. Okay. Yeah, there's a play where she clears this 6 point here, but I guess that's too many shots. Yeah, like given the score, she should probably clear the 6 point here. Ooh, this ain't right. Yeah, now I want to come in on the 3. Yeah, she can rip 4 checkers. Maybe that's better for the gammon. But yeah, this clearing the 6 should be safer, but obviously she should rip 2 after clearing the 6. 2, 3, 4. Okay. I am prescient sometimes. 1, 2. All right, so let's see. I get 2 more rolls. So I guess I need to get down to 3 outfield. I really need to get down to 3 outfield crossovers. So I can bear off in 2. So I can bear a checker off in 2 rolls, like so. Good. All right, let's see if she cubes me right away like she should. Good. Good. Yeah, so this score is like pure gammon go, except it's like, gammon price is even a little higher than 1.0 here because of the presence of the free drop when I just lose a single game. Oh, I don't know. I was just supposed to say 9 to 8 here. I don't know if I can stomach that. Yeah, the race is close, and I have an anchor, so my game is fine if I don't get hit, you know. I wonder, I mean, like, 3 months ago I would have done this confidently, but I'm seeing more and more positions where once you have an anchor, you sort of play safe if you're, if there's not like a really great reason to take on some risk, because like my game is fine no matter what. So we'll see what the computer says about that. Someone told me like in like Michi's book, he talks about this concept where when you have an anchor and your game is like fine, if you just play safely, often you should play safely, which is not, it's not always true. If you like have a strong board or something and you can like hit loose, then you do it. Yeah, it's not like I don't know, and I'm down in the race a little bit. So I'm gonna try this time, but I'm totally confident. Oh, actually, yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, at least I took away 9 pips from her. Is this a shot? Yeah, I believe it is. I believe there's no safe play here. It's like she safeties the guy in the outfield, and she kind of has an odd one on the home fronts. So somehow 9 to 8, 14 to 13 looks right to me. Maybe give up my anchor to hit and minimize shots. Yes, I believe this is a good play. Well, I'm fine leaving all these blots because it's not like she's ever forced to leave me a shot. My race is still within reach. If I can roll like Alex. Like similarly, you could play like 6 to 2 here pretty reasonably. Keep sort of flexible on the home front because I'm not super eager to leave her a shot, Although I might, if she does that, I may very well leave a blot on the 13 point. Although actually that doesn't do that much. Keep pressure on the midpoints. I don't think I'm running here because the race is still not favorable. And if I leave a blot on the 13, she does get to hit me with like 1, 2, 1, 1 at least. So I guess this is the right idea, especially given the score. Not that I'm getting gammon much no matter what I do, but could up the gammons by a couple percent or something if you leave the anchor or leave a shot. Okay. Would leave me nothing here. So this looks like a good play. I don't think I can afford. If I rolled a 6-4, I'd be happy to run, but I don't want to leave the guy exposed in the outfield, especially at the score. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm duplicating aces here, even though it disconnects the back checkers. Like some of her aces hit well inside. Ooh. Well, at least I duped it a little bit. And I don't know what I would do. Making the 5 certainly a play there also. Hit her sevens and certain as one. I got a 110 that hits her if she does this. Ooh, don't do this. I guess she could hit off the deuce if she wanted, given wins more gammons and she's leaving me 7 shots anyways. But I don't know. This seems more like it. Maybe not though. It's not like this. It's not like her play always wins by a long shot, Yeah, that's what my gut said she should do. With the 1-1. Was there a play? Did she have 3 on the 6? Cause she hit in the outfield and like switched to the 5. That might have been worth a look too. Yeah, I'd have to take a good look at it. Anyways, I am not getting gammons. Oh, I can resign like a gentleman. Guess I have auto bear off on. Okie dokie. Yeah, this is probably right on the border. If I play it like this, it might be a tiny favorite, according to XG, anyways. Yeah, that was definitely my first impulse. 8-5-6-5. So I guess she had 3. I guess she had 3 checkers on the. I guess she had 3 checkers on the 6. Yeah, it seems pretty powerful. She can still hit the other guy later, maybe. Well, speaking of pretty powerful, I suppose it's this. Actually, no. There's another play here, right? Because twos and 6s are blocked on the other side of the board. So I very much like having 2s and 6s to go after her on the ace point. Of course, I'm getting punished if she rolls exactly 1-1. But I like the diversification here. Okay, so I guess I'm making the 6 prime. It's not that hard to activate the back checkers later. Case in point. Actually, not sure whether I go after her with 6s here. I think I'm supposed to do this actually. It's, even though it seems a little more diverse back there. Oh no, I can't do this. Yeah, I got to play a 4 somewhere. Well, I can't do it without giving up the 6 prime anyways. But in general, I think you want both guys at the edge of the prime, even though this looks a little more diverse. Because if you jump with a 6, you want the other guy at the edge of the prime, as opposed to being back on the 24. Oh, this looks a little wrong. Oh, it's nice. She makes the 4. Yeah, this looks a little worse. Jump. She should probably block the bigger number. So I believe this is a good play. All right, let's keep the spares in nice place as she closes me out. Who's a favorite here? We don't know. Well, I know now. Shoot. Shoot. She didn't even have to hit the other guy. So this is like an okay play, I think, because he hits the other guy. I think she will get hit a little more in the bear off. It'd be fine to hit it too, though. Also, say similar stuff here. But I think it is safer not to hit the guy. I mean, like one benefit of hitting usually is you lose fewer races, but she's really not in much danger of losing the race here. So actually maybe it's better not to hit there. Also, I guess if she gets hit early, she wants me to have another guy up on the roof, but that's not a big deal either. So probably it was a small error to hit with that 1-1. Assuming she had some safe play that she could have done. Anyway, so I got the beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll take a good look at the computer analysis, but I'm sure I screwed up a bunch of stuff. But I'm quite curious about early on game one, which maybe none of you guys saw, but we'll look at it, and you'll see you'll see my dilemma where I have these like split or not decisions where I don't really know what to do. And of course, there's these other problems later on. Okay, so I played okay overall. I think the error rate is going to come up in XG because I did spend a lot of time up on the bar, I think. Oh, hey Simon, good to see you. Okay, so let's take a look at my blunders, which will be extant at least, maybe not plentiful. Okay, good. My mic's still working. One problem, I don't know if you guys are streamers too, so I wonder if you have this problem. I think the audio, I believe, you tell me if I'm wrong, but I believe the audio is fine now. The last few videos I've had, there was like this faint static in the background. But I think I fixed it, and the way I fixed it was like a little surprising. I just have like a USB extender. And I saw something online that implied that it might help. And I think it did help for some reason. So in other words, instead of plugging the microphone directly into the USB port, I plug it into a USB extender and then plug the USB extender into the USB port on the computer. And I think that helped the audio for some reason. Yeah, good. Yeah, no, glad to hear it. So I don't know why that worked, but it seemed to work. Like if you look at like my last video, there's like a faint static to it. Yeah, so the error rate did come up, and there are plentiful blunders. Yeah. Okay, so let's take a look at my errors. Yeah, that's what I would have guessed. They decrease the quality. That's interesting. I could like unplug it. I could like try unplugging and replug it in my microphone, see if it's any different. But I'm a little worried I'll lose audio altogether. Oh, let's try it. Okay, let me actually try it. It shouldn't be that hard to get back. So now, okay, the audio is working again. I'm plugged directly into the computer. I took out the USB extender. Is it like a little staticky now, a little more staticky than before, or is it the same? Okay, I'm back to the USB extender now. Yeah. I played around a little bit with the settings on OBS, but I didn't know what to do. Not an expert streamer by any means. Anyway, so let's go through this. Oh, same. Okay, same for you. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. 5-4, pretty standard. She rolls a great number. 1-1, bar 24, bar 20. Okay, so yeah, so here I wasn't sure what to do. The obvious thing seems to me to split to the 23. In other words, do this play. But I was worried about getting attacked. She's got this awesome. She outboards me, and she has 10 checkers here ready to go after me. So I was worried about that. And so I thought, well, this isn't that good. Me obviously making the 5 with 2 of them, and then 6-5 is sort of a downgrade in the position of that checker. So I settled on like a more aggressive play where I slot the make the 5 slot the 7. Apparently the computer doesn't mind it. I mean, it's a little risky. It's still a little risky, but I keep the anchor. I never get blown away. Yeah, that was like my first impulse. I'm like, well, and then I was like, well, it's I don't want to get attacked. So apparently the computer thinks similarly. Although it's not a big error. It's not a big error to split to do this. Mm, yeah, yeah, you think you're right. You don't want to play that last ace at all. If you could just not play it, you'd be better off. Right. Yeah, this is the chess turn. Zig's one. Um, might change on plus plus. Yeah, yeah. It likes my play a little better on plus plus. So probably a rollout actually prefers my play, but it's still going to be quite close with the safer option. Yeah, she should obviously hit here, but she overlooks it. Yeah, once again, you can split here. Um, this play might be a little easier. You can do that again. This is sort of the obvious thing, I think. But she got another checker in the zone here. The spear on the 8 points. And now the two play maybe plays better than the 1. Like you probably do want to play this 2 versus the 1 last time. So once again, you don't want to split into the attack here, right? You want to do this play. Okay, she rolls a nice 3-2. Okay, so now I do split and it's fine. I do split because even though it's just as dangerous as before to split, or approximately as dangerous, now it's sort of more important to get the backmen going because she has an anchor right now. So I can't really block her that effectively, and she can still block me. So the computer doesn't mind getting the backmen going now, despite the risk. But it still doesn't mind keeping the anchor also. Let's do a higher eval here. And I also thought about splitting to the 18. But I thought maybe that was too exposed, and the blot's still in the outfield, which I don't love. So yeah, apparently keeping the anchor and my play of splitting with the ace and safetying with the 6 is pretty close. She should maybe cube my play actually. It's close, very close on the cube, right? Because he's got these numbers that sort of attack effectively. So this is not one of them. Okay, here she should cube. Yeah, I think it's got to be a big cube. Yeah, big cube. 1-1. Oh, she goes after me. Good play here. I do have the blots, and I do have the 2 blots elsewhere, so good attack play. But I get lucky. And then yeah, I got so much work to do to bring the backmen around, and she has an okay holding game, so I can't cube her yet. I start making progress. She hits me. I try to make progress again. She crushes me, and then she should cube this again. Okay, a pretty big pass. Yeah, I'm going to say I would have found the pass given the strength of the attack. I wouldn't have been 100% sure because of the nice compensation. And in fact, I think I would have taken next turn after she kills the guy and I enter. But then maybe that's going to be wrong still. Oh no, it's a big take here because of the dead checker and the fewer attackers now. So there must have been something better with the 3-2 she could have done. Oh, it's close. The play's not too bad. Maybe because she gets a good cube in on the dances. Okay, so she goes. She should go after me, but she doesn't. I roll a nice anchoring number. Yeah, he's got way too much work to do. Do a lot of the work, and then she hits me. I dance. She's too good. She rolls a bad 6-2. I roll a great 2-1, and then yeah, she should go after me. But okay, no, it's a pretty big double. I kind of knew this was a big take. I thought the double was. I did find the double, but I thought it was pretty questionable here. I think the key is just seeing you have a bunch of numbers that just completely crush her. Um, yeah. So like even though it's like a huge take, you have to cube it just because you have like these pointing numbers that's gonna make you too good or borderline too good after a point dance sequence or even like hitting the outfield dance. So yeah, you gotta look for these situations. Even if you're like 100% sure this is a big take, you can find the double if you notice the sequences that are gonna make you too good in a row. Right. Yes. So the 3-2 is a really bad roll then. Like this guy. Yeah, because it's not too bad to pick and pass, which is kind of a crappy play. Um, you know. Anyway, so I find the double. She finds the take. I roll on mediocre 2-1. Pick and pass. I thought about hitting loose because I kind of want to blow her away here. Yeah, it's not crazy. Wins the most. One doesn't even win the most gammons. Like I thought about doing this, just kind of going for broke, but her board's too strong, I guess. So I do the normal thing. Okay, apparently I blunder here. Oh yeah, I should make the 10. Yeah, no, I saw this. I kind of saw this before I played, and then afterwards I was like, I should have probably given that more consideration. The reason why I did what I did was because I didn't want to get attacked on the 2 points. Which is like a decent game plan for her because she has her ace point made, in a 4-point board. What I failed to see after making the 10 was her attack, although it's in a sense is potent for the reasons I said. Even when it works, she's still like super stuck, and it doesn't always work. If you can put it up on the board, like she's got so much work to do to escape the 2 backmen that you can sort of rely on the you can sort of rely on the prime a little bit. In the race, I'm down in the race, so blocking is worth an awful lot here also. And the non point making play isn't that great either, because at least 3 blocks in the outfield. Right, so we'll put my play up on the board. It's not great. 6-6 hits, certain 8s hits. There's 4 8s that hit. So yeah, this is a bad play. Yeah, I should be able to find making the 10 there. Okay, 6-4. So what do I screw this up? 12 to 2, just leaving 1 shot against the. It wants to play 12 to 2, just leaving 1 shot against the great board, leaving these men a little far from home. It's kind of not even 1 shot, to be honest, because 6-6 sort of wins anyways. Now it's more powerful if I leave the shot with the 6-6. But it's like she doesn't get to use the cube if she rolls 6-6 here. If she rolls 6-6 here, where she does this, like 6-6 kind of wins anyways, and she gets to use the cube. So I'm leaving 4 shots and a good 6-6 basically. As opposed to playing 12 to 2. Yeah, this is pretty bad too. Yeah, this is pretty sloppy. Like I feel like I should be able to find this also. Like this doesn't seem like that hard to play, because her board's so good. I should be thinking about minimizing shots, and it's not like this structure's all that great compared to the other structure. All right, finally I play it well, build the blocking point, clean up the blots. I'm still down in the race, so I do like the blocking. Yeah, 10. I thought a little bit about 10 to 4. I would like hitting loose if I could keep the block and hit loose and just gin the game on the misses, but it's too bloody. Yeah, making the 10. You don't need to because she's breaking, right? So there's that 6-2. Yeah, I can't remember whether I kind of saw it before I picked up the dice, but I didn't. I definitely didn't think about it. Yeah, it's just she's so trapped here. And it's good if she doesn't roll like a good attack number, like I don't know, 4, 4, 5 or something. It's not that good an attack number. This play is fine. But yeah, that's not I don't think that's a particularly hard play to see. I think the 6-4 I messed up on because this guy. I think this may be easier to see because there's such a big premium on not getting hit, and the difference in position isn't that big a deal. Yeah. Anyway, so the 5-1, I play correctly. It's too costly being hit, so I just make the 2. She's probably going to stay trapped, and I can go after her effectively later. Which happens. I go after her effectively. I'm a little worried about the 1-6, so I pick up the blot and leave 0 shots. So I do this, or let's go to the arrow notation. I do this, which is okay. The computer doesn't mind leaving the 2 shots to get the great builders and the slot for the 7, which I can buy. So probably there's another play like that coming up too, where I don't leave the shots, and maybe I should. Yeah, this guy. Although here, I guess the race is better, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about the blocking or the closeout as much. Like I was thinking, like maybe 10 to 7, 8 to 6 is okay because it gets 4 builders for the ace and a slot on the 7. But now the computer doesn't like paying off the 2 shots. I was thinking about this guy. Oh, and yeah, the other problem that I did see was, look how 6-6 plays after this. This is horrible. It's a double shot. So something to watch out for. I don't think it's quite swings the play because it's only one number. But it is a pretty solid factor because it's like a big swing compared to this. Like 6-6 plays great here. Good. And then I just win. Oh, this is the 2-5 game. Okay, so this game is probably where we're going to see at least a couple blunders. But yeah, we'll take a look. Okay. Yeah, this is a good. I mean, I think most people know this play. I see sometimes people play 8 to 7, 6 to 5 here. Sometimes people do this play. Once your opponent splits with an ace, you don't really want to do this. You don't want to give them direct 6s. So you split in some fashion, and I think everyone does this. But apparently, like this isn't that bad. Playing 6 to 5 with the last one instead of 24 to 22. Okay, thought about. I would cube. No, not this. Next turn, I thought about cubing. Yeah, this. Yeah, I guess this is a cube at 0, 0, but not up 2 zip, because it's pretty close even up 2 zip. Score reversed, you think about passing. If I'm down 0-2, she would think about passing this. Maybe should. I can take a look. Might be a good sort of reference for people how this 2-0 score affects the cube action. You know, if you're not super familiar with this stuff. Right, so at the score, it's not quite a double, because by doubling to 4, it makes my gammons less. By doubling to 2, it makes my 4-point gammons somewhat less valuable. And she has awesome recube vig to 4. She gets very powerful recubes to 4. 0, I can use full value from my gammon, my 4-point gammons. I can use all 4 of those points, whereas before I could only use 3 of those points. And her recubes aren't quite as effective, although she still does get pretty powerful recubes. So this is a double at 0, 0. In fact, it's a borderline take pass apparently. And then yeah, I guess down 0-2, it's a big pass. If I'm down 0-2, yeah, it's pretty big pass. So notice I did all that without thinking about the exact take points or gammon price or whatever. That was all like qualitative, based on just like, you know, my intuition, my guess, my experience about how this 2-point difference in a short match affects the cube, you know. Okay, so your wife and I played on the new copy of the Earth board. Yeah, I played on the Earth board before. Point Works last night. Good times. Yeah, a lot of nice boards out there. I know you're talking to the other Alex, but yeah, I was thinking about maybe getting a new board because I got a nice board. I got the Gammon stuff board, the FTH board, but it's like 7 or 8 years old now. So it's showing its wear. So last I was playing on it yesterday. I was like, I can maybe look around for a nice board, you know. Oh yeah, Alex sometimes exits quietly. No, he's still here. Anyway, so the next turn, so I make a great point. She enters, but enters kind of badly, and yeah, this is so powerful. I have such a powerful positional edge that the computer wants to pass even at the score. So like for 0, 0, this would be even a bigger pass. Oh yeah, I thought about this. So this seems like a tough play to me. Like this one I feel less bad about missing. Right, the computer actually wants to go all out here. Make this awesome blocking structure with her anchored on the ace, so the 7-point has a ton of blocking value. But it gives her great 6s and some duplicated 3s, I guess. Actually, she's not that happy to hit with 3s because she's got to give up her midpoint. So something like 3-4, she probably should make her 5-point. But I thought this was too risky and bloody for the upgraded structure. Apparently not, though. Computer wants to go all out, so I make this a solid safe play. All right, I do get to run. She misses. I get a great hit number. Don't leave too many problems. Okay, she rolls 3-6, plays it well. Okay, it does want to go after her for the upgraded gammons. Yeah, best for the win is my play. It looks like just playing safely, but it doesn't do that much better for the win than the computer's top choice of hitting. I guess because after my play, she has anchors and has like a decent game a lot of the time. And her board's still pretty weak, so the computer does want to go after her. Okay, so here's an example where, like, if I knew the gammon price wasn't that low, it'd be like easier. It might be easier to find this. Like as Alex mentioned, gammon value on a 2 cube is like 0.46 or something. It's not that much lower than money, which is like 0.5. Like I would have guessed it was more like 0.3, 0.35 or something. Anyway, she should anchor here, right? Yeah, she should anchor here. Although we're playing kind of pay dividends. I mean, I don't know how to attack her here. I mean, I thought about going all out like this, but it looked too shoddy and too bloody. Also looked at this play, which is probably as many shots. But yeah, the structure's really good now, so getting hit's really bad, and I want to keep my 8 points, so I sort of make the safest. I do make the safest play of hitting her off the deuce. And the computer emphatically agrees. Because she does hit me. Okay, now I can go after her because I got a man back already. Alright, I do make my 2-point, which is correct apparently. I just thought there's going to be some exchange of hits often, so I guess I want the board locked up. even though it's a little gross to go behind the anchor. She makes a good 3-1 play. I make a great 1-1 play. She should lock up for awesome prime as opposed to giving a hit. Okay, good. Yeah, I make a good hit. I make a good play here. I mean, maybe given the difference in equity, maybe this should be obvious, but it wasn't 100% obvious to me. In fact, my first impulse was like, "Oh, good, I could hit her," but no, I saw that hitting doesn't do that much, and obviously the anchor's pretty huge here. Never get attacked. Get those guys ready to escape. Oh, hey, Gwen, good to see you. Okay, 6-4. Okay, oh, she should make the 18. Yeah, I'm not sure I saw that either. But yeah, I guess her back game timing's bad, so the computer wants to sort of switch game plans and just play a decent holding game. Okay, so I get her with a 6-4. Okay, here I do make the 7 at some risk. Because I figure the ace point's open, especially if she anchors there, I want that blocking potential. 13-8 apparently is not too bad. 5, ooh, yeah. Yeah, what I did felt funny at the time, because I liked making the 5 prime for sure. I didn't like how the 4 played at all. So the computer wants to not make the 5 prime, get the guy out. It says this has a lot more going for it than this play. I mean, I guess I can buy it. It doesn't look that clear to me though, because obviously the 5 prime has a lot of value. So to constrain those back checkers really well. But she's got a pretty strong 1-6-3-6, I guess, after this play. We can put it up on the board. 1-6. I guess she's hitting. Yeah, she's hitting with 1-6. She was pretty happy to hit with 1-6, I guess. Oh, maybe not. In fact, is that what she rolled? She might have rolled that at some point. But yeah, I guess the main problem is the backman's still stuck. And I guess the computer's saying the prime, well, it's probably a good thing to make the prime. I might have problems clearing the 8 point later. Yeah, 4, and the 4, yeah, as you say, the 4 prime is pretty strong in itself. Yeah, 20-12, even leaving the points slotted. So I guess the big thing is just jumping the back checker. Score might be a factor. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit. Like my play does win more gammons and lose more gammons. So you're right. It would be closer at like 0-0 in a long match. But yeah, they did my play. The main problem with my play just doesn't win nearly as much. I guess because I crack a lot, or she could enter and attack me on the 21 point pretty effectively. Like, okay, even if she has to leave a bunch of blots when she attacks me, she's kind of okay with it because she has this back game formation. So if I hit her, she might be able to maintain timing for a back game. Yeah, like I said, this still doesn't look that obvious to me, but I mean, I see what the computer's saying. So you do this or even this. Yeah, like this isn't that bad. Maintaining the ability to make the 5 prime at the cost of getting hit with at least 3-5. Okay, so she did roll 1-6. It's funny. She did roll 1-6, and it is correct to hit. Just because the game plan is just really bad after this play. She does not have the timing for this back game. So the computer says, okay, try a different plan. Try to prime or attack me effectively. And she still has a decent ace point game. Even when things go horribly for her, she might end up with a well-timed ace point game if she hits now. Okay, so I jump finally. Okay, I leave nothing here, but the computer wants to leave just 2 shots. sort of duplicated 6-2. Score is always a factor, yeah. I always say, like, when analyzing a position, especially a cube action, the score is as important as the position. So I always find it funny when someone analyzes a position at like a lopsided score and they don't mention the score. I guess it's okay if there's no gammons floating around. Yeah. So the problem with my play is it's just harder to play productively in the future. And I 7-5 is probably a very good deuce here. Oh no, I'm sorry, 7-6. It's probably a very good ace here. Yeah, in fact, 13-12, 7-5 could be right also. Yeah, it probably is right. It's good to have, again, coming in against a 1-3 backgammon formation, it is really good to have spares on the 5. Because once you get all your checkers in your home board, all 5s and 3s must be played from the 5 points. If both anchors are kept. So you really want some spares there. 4-4s play well. After 1, 2, 3. After this play, it plays good. My play is a little ugly on 4-4 apparently. Oh, 5-5 is really bad, but not really bad. It's pretty. 5-5 is pretty bad after my play. After the computers play, 1, 2, yeah, 5-5 plays a little better, I guess. 1, 2, 3, yeah, plays quite a bit better. No, don't tell me, I don't care. It shouldn't matter. Like gammon go versus gammon save, that affects the checker plays, for sure. Like 6-2 at gammon go, you can slot the 5 if you want. Although maybe that's close. Is that right? 6-2 gammon go, slot the 5. Gammon save, you might be able to slot the 5 too. I feel like I looked at this before. Like for money, you don't want to. For money, you don't want to slot the 5 with the 6-2. Gammon save, maybe you slot the 5 because you don't want to get attacked. Oh no, I'm thinking of something else. Maybe it's after 5-3. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let me slow down. Yeah, 6-2 for money, you just do the normal thing. Gammon go, I think it's okay to slot the 5. Yeah, in fact, the computer likes it. This is like a rollout result. Oh, right. Yeah, so gammon save opening roll, you don't do it. But if your opponent makes kind of a blitzy, racy point, and then you roll 6-2, for money it's okay to slot the 5, although I think the computer doesn't quite like it. So a little better than on the opening roll. But yeah, as Chaba pointed out, gammon save, you don't want to split into this attack where your opponent has a lowish point in the board made. Because you get attacked and gammoned a lot. So you actually should slot 13-5, which I don't think a lot of players are doing. But you can find it if you think about it carefully. 5-3-6-2, yeah. I wonder if similar stuff's going on with 2-1. Yeah, probably similar stuff going on with 2-1. Like for money, it's kind of okay to slot after your opponent makes 3 points. Gammon save, you slot the 5. Gammon go, you probably slot the 5. Yeah, so that's because a cute slot plays a gammon save. 60 slot even opening roll is relatively better than money. I like gammon save. Yeah, due to the arguments we talked about, I can believe it. So where were we? So we had this 1-3 backgammon formation. Yeah, I play a little stodgy, but numbers don't play great after this. And the spare in the 7 is bad, so the computer wants to leave a couple shots. Anyway, she cracks horribly. Yeah, I roll a bad 5-5. 3-2. This seems ultra clear to me. This, like, I wasn't in any danger of doing this, which I would be a lot. It would just be the choice of like of a beginner player or an intermediate player, I think. But just that you do this play, you think she probably is pretty happy to hit with all or most of her 5s, but it's a lot of risk involved with it. Like I get to attack her on the 3 then. Especially if she could run with the 6 and then I get to attack her pretty effectively. Yeah, so if she misses, I guess the key point is if she misses, you're way better off after this play than this play. And if she hits, it's like not a big deal because it's quite dangerous for her to hit. It's just way too ugly to play safe. Let her 1-1 bad move coming in. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too. Okay, it does definitely hit here. It's close for the win versus the safe stuff. The computer actually doesn't say this wins more, but you could argue it wins more because it gets hit less. But there's still a lot of problems bringing this home. So you do this, you get away with it. It's great for the win because maybe you can fill in that 3-point. And obviously you're winning more gammons when she dances. Or even enters with like a 1-5 or whatever. Anyways, I rolled kind of badly. She hits me. Okay, good. Yeah, I hit her here. Yeah, I remember regretting this afterwards. It does win more gammons to hit, but only by a few percent. You get the second guy hits, and like Alex pointed out, you're still a favorite probably, but it's like pretty dicey. It's gonna be like this mad scramble where you have like 2 guys coming around against White's like decent outfield control, and like you could easily see losing that. You just play safely. It's a little hard to see losing. Like she has to continually hit that guy. It's not like she has like outfield points where I'm gonna be forced to bust my board weirdly. So yeah, again, I probably should have been able to find this play. In fact, I sort of realized it later. Yeah, so she hits. Yeah, so I am a favorite here, at least after the 5-2. Yeah, so I leave her 2s and 8s in the outfield. There are 3 8s that contain 2s, 2-2 and 6-2. So there's not a ton of shots to leave 2s and 8s in the outfield, as opposed to 3s and 9s. Actually, there's 3 9s that contain 3s also. This is probably only like another shot or 2. There's some other computer still likes this. Yeah, it's possible there's more duplication with the hits inside also, but I'd have to go through the numbers. All right, so I saw it up. Good. She splits, but the wrong way. Okay, I got a lucky hit. Oh, here's another blunder. 10-7-5-4 or 10-7-9-8 is better than my play. This seems like a tough play to me too. Although I see I'm screwing up my front position, and it's a little hard to get off the 9-point safely. Unless she has to make some concession next turn. So I didn't think it'd be that hard to get off the 9-point safely. So let's see. Again, it's the gammons again. Yeah, it's close for the win versus hitting, but hitting does win. Hitting does win significantly more gammons. Okay. So I guess I thought this would win quite a bit more. I knew it didn't win as many gammons, but apparently it's so hard to clear the 9-point, and you hate playing 5-2. that likes hitting and paying the shots. It did seem like a lot of shots though. Okay, so not this 1-1. I guess the 1-1 is from next game. Okay, so 4-1, 3-3, and then I come around and win. Yes, I come around and win. Keeps it even on the highest points as well, right? You know, let me just consider that. If you hit, and then play 5-4, right? Yeah, I'm not sure I thought about that. So you do this and then roll like 5-5 for instance plays great, right? Because you're even on these 3 points. Yeah, my play's kind of even too, but yeah, you don't like the extra guy on the you don't like the extra guy on the deuce. Oh, it is odd on the 4 point. Yeah, I see. Keep it even, Steven. It's kind of a cute play. You can almost split here. You can almost do this because you have the more powerful front position, and your 8 point is stripped. It'd be a good play at Gammon Go. I remember one thing from a long time ago. I think they like a very early backgammon bot was called Jellyfish, and yeah, one thing I noticed at a Gammon Go type score, 6-5 you still run. Even though maybe there's a little, Gammon Go, maybe there's a little bit more argument for splitting and bringing the 5 down. But it's like pretty close. And I noticed that, and the play I noticed that Jellyfish did, that sort of changed the way I thought about it a little bit. If White rolls 6-5, and then you roll 6-5, at Gammon Go, I saw Jellyfish split and bring a checker down. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Now it turns out actually hitting's okay, or bringing 2 down is okay. But Jellyfish did this. And I'm like, all right, I think this might change the way I did that. Looking at what the computer does is actually going to like change the way that I play backgammon. This is back in like the late 90s. And maybe Jellyfish had been out for a while, but I think it was like before Snowy came out. But people weren't using computers like nearly as extensively as they do now. And Jellyfish wasn't. I don't think it was nearly as strong as XG was, but it was still like on the highest level. It was still stronger than like any human by quite a long shot. You know, I don't know what it played. I mean, might have. If I had to guess, I'd say it's playing with a PR of like 2 or 3 at the highest level. But yeah, this is like sort of the first. This is the first play I saw that like sort of changed the way I think about like how computers can like teach people backgammon. Yeah, Actually, I actually didn't use it that much early on. I didn't start using computers really. I didn't start using the computer programs until Snowy came out really, at least extensively. Okay, anyways, but this is the 4-0 game. So I just did the normal thing of running. Okay, so I roll a 5-4 here. Apparently there's lots of different stuff I can do, but I don't know, I would always just run here because it's like I'm escaping the last checker and I'm up in the raise, so why not get the backman out when it's like not too likely you're getting hit there. Maybe the computer's point is there's this big stack on the 13 that's sort of begging to be unstacked, so other things are okay. Anyways, I roll a good 1-1. I roll an okay 3-1. I just play 13-9, which is okay. Okay, I do correctly hit here. I think a little bit about making the anchor. But I don't want to, she's up in the race. I don't want to give her like an easy ride home. So I do go after her. at some risk. Okay, good. It's close here. Yeah, I wasn't sure about this. It was very close between entering and hitting, trying to push her back, trying to build the 3-point, and just playing safe and solid. Fine. Yeah, like again, gammon go, you would do this. Gammon save, you would do this. All right, yeah, she makes a weird 5-5 play. I got a decent 6-5, hitting her twice. Okay, yeah, I got a decent 4-4. I don't love blitzing at this score, but it looked like the best option. Okay, so you enter with 1. You pretty obviously make the 3-point, and then you got 1 more. Didn't love hitting off the 2, but nothing else seemed that good either. And big upside to getting away with it. It would be clear if Gammon's counted for me. All right, so I do make a second anchor. I spread things out, not worrying too much about being hit. Okay, good. Yeah, I roll 4-4. Right, 22 to 14 is okay also. I don't love getting hit on aces though. Yeah, I did see this play. You can do this, but I'm leaving a bunch of shots in the outfield that I don't have to leave. And I thought this play was like decent enough defensive posture, given that I'm putting a lot of pressure on this guy still. Oh, Travgam. I have not heard about Travgam. So is it a new program? You say it's a new program. Does it use like modern neural net and machine learning techniques or something? Because that sort of seems like the next step. Like that seems like what the best. In other words, that seems like the best thing you can do to maybe improve on XG. Use like these modern machine learning techniques. So I'm kind of interested. Yeah, XG isn't the best at backgammon. Yeah, you're right. And the reason I think the reason it's not great at it is because it's bad at containment positions. And if you're playing a back game, you often end up with a containment position where you hit a late shot and you're trying to contain that back checker. All the bots kind of suck at it. They all underestimate like by a lot how easy it is to contain the back checker. It's funny, in certain types of positions, you can pretty reliably add like 0.08 to the evaluation and like be closer to like the rollout results. So if someone comes out with a new bot, I'd really like to see like a containment neural net, like a neural net that's specifically trained for containment positions. I think there's big room for improvement there. But let's see what Travgam, Backgammon. No, I'm not seeing it. Travgam. Huh. Yeah, I'm interested though. I'm interested to see where they go with it. Yeah, and then the Uber billionaire guy bought XG recently. So I'm interested to see what they do with it. What they do with it also. But I think the idea there is to use the modern neural net techniques. Ooh, 21 to 15. Yeah, I guess that's better. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So the guy that bought XG, you're calling it Travgam because the guy's name is Travis or whatever. Right. Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah. So that is the idea, I believe, to use the new neural net techniques. But anyways, okay. So 5-1. Yeah. Apparently, I should run from the back here. Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't do this. This is better outfield control, maybe. Well, maybe. This seems okay. Maybe she's happier to hit me here than inside. But it does not seem like an easy play. Anyway, she crushes me. She should go after me more aggressively, but she does eventually. 5-3, good. Yeah, the 1-1 looked really weird here. Yeah, she should just clear the 6 and rip 2. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Anyways, I do enter low, but I don't cause her any problems. But I do save the gammon. Okay, double take, good. Make an anchor, good. 4-1. All right, I learned something. Okay, so like I said, like several months ago, I would have just played 13 to 9, 6 to 5, not worried about getting hit. Because I have an anchor, so it's not a big deal to get hits. So this is sort of like the McGreal safe versus bold play criteria argues for slotting here, right? I have an anchor, she doesn't. She's escaped a guy, I haven't. So you should play boldly and slot. You don't do that here though. You don't do this. You just play safe because you have an anchor, and your game is fine regardless of what happens. Whereas if you do this and get hit, your game is not fine. Now the score is a little bit of a factor, but it's not a big deal. The gammons are fairly close between the two plays. So yeah. So even though like this is pretty ugly, 13 to 8 overstacking the 8, it is right here. Huh. Let's compare it to one position. 4-1 here. Now, let's say you could only play the slot play, or you could play 13 to 8. Yeah, you don't have like a splitting option available. I think you slot here. I think. At least for money. You do slot. Yeah, so versus 13 to 8, say. And the difference is you don't have a great forward anchor here. So your game is not fine if you just play 13 to 8. Huh. Three back versus 1 back, and she needs a gammon with 4-way. So you're saying with the with the 4-1 play. So it's two back versus 1, but yeah, like I said, I don't think the gammons matter that much. I don't think the score. Like I said, I don't think the score matters like that much. It matters a little bit. Like for money, you still play 13. For like doubled money, you still play 13 to 8. You're right though. It is a little closer. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it's tricky. Like I said, it's sort of a new concept for me. But someone mentioned, might have been one of you guys. Someone mentioned on stream that like Michi, might have been Shaba. Michi mentioned in one of his books saying you have an anchor. That's like a reason to play safe. You have a forward anchor. So I've been looking for these spots more and more. And like you say, the score helps a little bit. The score helps find this. Yeah, here, I'm kind of losing after making the 2, so I do hit her here. Again, I wasn't totally sure because of this anchoring concept. So this is a 6-4. I should take a better look at it. Lay a hit and go to the 3, because I guess you have more reason to try to contain this back checker now, because it's threatening to escape completely. Anyways, I'm just playing a holding game. Is this the 1-1 game? Yeah, hang back. Okay, duplicate aces here. Yeah, this is the 1-1. Yeah, so it's not too bad. Yeah, in fact, it does not. Surprisingly, it does not like just making the. It does not like this play of just making the 5 points. It really wants to hit the second checker. Yeah, like this is like I said, this is definitely my first impulse. But it leaves a 2-6, and actually I guess any two is like pretty good here. Like say you roll like a 2-4, you get to come in safety, and then it's hard for white to continue. Like white can't hit loose safely. So what does the computer want to do? The computer wants to hit and kind of spread out the builders, which is better than what my opponent did. But you're putting the second guy up on the roof, leaving 0 shots, guaranteeing that you hit the second guy, and I guess you can still make decent points later. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is an easy play at all. Anyways, I do roll a 5-2 and I survive, but then she just beats me in the race. Good. Oh, the other one won where she should have made her 5-point and hit you. Gotcha. I see. So now, was it this game or was it like next game? Might have been next game. Or might have been the previous game. I don't know. All right, 5-3. 4-2. Okay, you can make the 4 here if you want. Keep the 5-point slot. Even though the safe and solid play is correct. I roll a tremendous 4-4. What a great roll. 6-5. Okay, yeah, I'd make a decent play here. My first impulse was definitely this. But it does leave I guess it just leaves a 1-6. My play leaves 1-6, 1-1. But I like the fact that I could go after it with 2s. When 2s are a block number on the other side of the board. Which I do get to do. Okay, I get the back, part 21. Oh, it doesn't make the 6 prime here. Yeah, I wasn't totally sure about this at the time. The computer reasonably wants to work on the Backgammon, not make the 6 prime, leave a pretty strong 1-6 for her. But it does, I guess the Backgammon are pretty stuck after my play. I do get a 6 prime though. It's pretty close. Okay, so I do get the guys going. Not much choice on the 4-1. I got the guys, oh, this 1-1. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, this is pretty big. Yeah, the computer wants to hit the guy, make this awesome block. So you can easily see me coming in and cracking at some point, even regardless of whether she hits this check or not. Which I think she will hit that if she can. Send a second guy back, take away all my timing. But yeah, it says she hits in the outfield. I do crack a little. Someone would like 4-3 a little better here. I don't know why. Oh, 4-4. Yeah, apparently she's a small favorite after the 4-4. She rolls an immediate 6 and crushes me. And she doesn't well like to avoid the hit for a turn. So she has to say most players hitting the second checker here, which is okay. Doesn't blot on 6-6 or anything. Although it does play a little awkwardly on 6-6. But I'm just going to stay up on the roof longer. And if she leaves a shot way down the line, I'm more likely to still be up on the roof. So I get to hit her a little more if she hits me now. Now, so often you do want to hit the second guy anyways because you lose fewer races. But if you just make her play like this, it's a little hard because I don't have a crunch board or anything, and I always have this blot in the outfield at least. It's a little hard to lose the race here. Yeah, so it looks like, so similarly, she shouldn't necessarily go after me. She probably shouldn't hit here. But she didn't run into any problems due to it. All right, well, I got to sign off. But yeah, this was fun. Yeah, good comments, everybody. Thanks for chatting. This was fun. And like I said, if anyone has a position they want me to analyze on stream or on a video, Yeah, give me a comment in the YouTube comments with maybe the XGID or whatever, and yeah, I can take a look at it and give you my opinion. I think to get an XGID, I think you can. I think what you can do, you can like. There's probably a few ways to do it, but I think the easiest way might be to click on your XG, click Control C, and then I think that copies the XGID into the copy buffer or whatever. So then if you just open up say you just opened up like Word or whatever, and then I think if you like go into Word and then do Control V, it'll actually print out the XGID and like an XO diagram of the position. But you can just give me the XGID, and I can copy it in and take a look. Yeah, like you can copy it into Notepad, see the XGID, and then copy the XGID into copy and paste the XGID into the YouTube comments or whatever, or send me or you can send me I don't know what they call it on YouTube, but you can send me a personal message on YouTube or whatever. All right, well, good. Yeah, this was fun, like I said, and hope you got something out of this. And I will see you next time.